Hey YouTube, it's your boy Ryan, and today I'm joined with.
That's derp language for Charles, aka
Wow,
Brony459.
I never knew you spoke derp. It's such an interesting language.
You know how I act. I thought you would know I should speak derp fluently too.
Good to know.
Derpity derpson.
Anyways, this is our prediction video for Survivor.
Oh shit, that show? I'm not sure it's on Sunday, it's on Wednesdays, but they might change. But I do like that show. Like, have you heard that, John Morrison, Johnny Impact's on there, and I believe he's still in the game, from what I remembered?
No, you fucking moron. Survivor Series. The pay-per-view. This is our pay-per-view predictions.
Oh! Well,
Wrong video.
I just derp, which is also derp for I fucked this shit up.
Anyways, at the last pay-per-view, which was...
Super... Okay, I actually kind of forgot what that was.
Crown Jewel.
Crown Jewel, yeah.
Yeah, it was so unforgettable. We both forgot what it was for a second. And for the first time in a while, I can say I came out victorious for once.
And
instead of these bullshit ties or bullshit Charles wins.
And ironically, the one who won this one was also the same person that fucked him over in Hell in a Cell. Because we were tied, and we were gonna stay tied, but the tiebreaker was
Braun versus Brock.
And even though,
thank you, Brock Lesnar.
That's pretty much the only time you're gonna hear him say that. Ever.
Thank you.
So, record that for history books.
Yeah. Anyways, this is, as I mentioned before, our prediction for Survivor Series. And normally Charles and I say fuck the pre-show, but with this, the 5-on-5 Survivor Series tag team elimination match, which is more of a 20-man tag team technically, is on the pre-show for some fucking reason. Which is no bueno with us. So for this, pay-per-view is the only exception for right now that we're doing a pre-show match as real match. Because it's a huge, it's the biggest match of the night, based on participants.
Yeah, since this is a Survivor Series match, pretty much the main type of match this show is promoting
is Survivor Series.
Yeah, I'm surprised this was the pre-show. I think out of all of them, the Cruiserweights was going to be part of it, because I thought that was...
The Cruiserweight should have been, to be honest.
Obvious, but...
But for now, the score is on the screen. I think it's like 9-7 right now in favor of the asshole on the other end.
That's me.
But I could be wrong. So we'll get that organized now.
Yeah.
Anyways, we will start with the singles match. The luckiest woman on the planet, Ronda Rousey, my bad cold.
Versus the woman that is pretty much pushed to fucking oblivion at this point, Charlotte Flair.
But this came off Becky Lynch's decision, who's injured. Thanks, Nia.
Yeah, I was actually looking very forward to this match because they both have...
The hype behind it was fucking amazing.
Especially when you have two women who are both badasses and both have a submission that has to do with the arm. I think this could have...
No. What's better is they're both champions. Women champions.
Oh, yeah, and that's true.
But with Nia punching Becky in the face, Becky not being able to compete, she picked Charlotte, which was very interesting to say the least, because there was rumors going around she was being the 5th member on the SmackDown Women's Tag Survivor Series match.
And to be honest, now don't get me wrong, I actually do like Charlotte as a wrestler, but I hate on how much she is just pushed to oblivion. And this is just an example of how really pushed she is. Like, I mean, you could have also had Asuka to face Ronda Rousey, but no, it just has to be, of course, Charlotte. It's kind of like, let's just say Roman Reigns is not sick for a moment, okay? And then they need to get a replacement for somebody to face against another big guy, and they decide the replacement is Roman Reigns. It's like a no shit moment right here. And
yeah.
I'm just sick and tired of seeing Charlotte. As much as I do like her, I'm just tired of seeing Charlotte being pushed way more than all these. It doesn't even feel like a women's division at this point. It feels like just a Charlotte division with other women sticked in between them. Ugh.
It really is.
I hate that so much.
But Charles, who do you have to win this match?
Okay, now I've already selected the brand who I think is going to win the whole thing, but I'm not going to spoil that till we get to that point. So this is not based on which brand I'm going to think is going to win, but I'm going to pick the person they want to protect more at this point. So I'm going to go with the choice that's so predictable as always, and I'm going to have to go with Ronda Rousey.
No brainer, Ronda's always going to win. This is no difference because they love Ronda because Ronda's sucking everyone's sucking Ronda's dick right now, doing whatever she wants.
It's like Ronda, like everyone else, Ronda does have to lose eventually, but it more than likely is going to be saved for probably WrestleMania. So not today, not tonight, and not in the next few months. Maybe not in the next fucking year. Who knows? But
that's interesting, Charles. We'll get to that later.
But so we have to go with the very predictable route, and it's Ronda.
Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
My bad, Rousey. My bad.
I'm not sure that was on purpose or that was really a slip up.
That was intentional. Okay. Next up is the first of the two champion versus champion matches, including the Kingslayer,
the Architect,
who can burn it down, Seth frickin' Rollins, versus the president of Nakamerica, Shinsuke Nakamura. These titles are irrelevant right now. Neither of them have been defended in ages. I even forgot Seth held the IC until Monday night.
I think Shinsuke's reign is even more forgotten about, and knowing how these two men perform should have no excuse to not have any relevancy unless you have some bad riders on your team. And I guess this is showing how shit these riders are for both of these minor championship belts. I mean, give Miz credit. He might have been a coward defending his belt, but at least he put some relevance into it. And Seth should too, but they're just not letting him do it. Now, on to the match itself. Now, Ronda vs. Becky was probably the most hyped on match, while this
is the least hype, I guess.
Actually, I think to me this was the second one I was looking the most forward to, but now since Becky's out, this is the first now, because this is the first time ever these two are wrestling against each other, like the very first time. Not in any promotion they did this. No, any other chance, not even in a Survivor Series situation. This is the legit first time we're seeing Seth Rollins versus Nakamura. So this should definitely be an exciting first time. And I am going to go on a limb and say this is going to be one of the closer matches in the show.
But for my pick, just based on the rest of my predictions for the card, and what Seth is going through right now, and how they're playing off, like Seth isn't really focused on it, I feel like Seth's going to win for this for some reason. So my money's on the IC. Seth frickin' Rollins.
So you got Seth Rollins, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Which is ironic to me, because I actually got Nakamura for this one.
Really?
Yes.
But, I mean, they're playing... Since he's a jobber right now, he has had no matches.
I wouldn't say that makes him a jobber. That just makes him not up.
Okay, he's underbooked.
Basically. Extremely underbooked, really, because...
As a champion, you need to be fighting. Anyways, I have Seth. Charles says Shinsuke.
Yeah. Okay.
Next up is another champion versus champion match with Brock Lesnar, who is the Universal Champion, with his advocate, Paul Heyman, versus the WWE Champion, AJ Styles.
Dude, I got some bad news for you. Okay.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
Sadly, it's not AJ anymore. It's Daniel Bryan.
Wait, you're telling me you were wrong?
Here's what I think they're gonna do with AJ. Remember the whole record that CM Punk has hold the title more days than anyone else in the modern era WWE? Well, people say that Brock broke the record, but that's kind of true. Brock only broke the record for a major title, but for the WWE title itself, he still holds the record for that title specifically. And I think they want to have AJ beat that record, which means we're going to have him a champion for another 6 months or so. That's how I think they're going to do this title with AJ. Now that CM Punk has a bad, let's say a bad relationship with WWE, I think they want to take that title away from him and give it to AJ Styles, since AJ's already been on a long reign himself. What I'm saying is they want to try to take that title away from CM Punk and give it to AJ with the long title he's already been holding. So what I'm saying is I think they're going to keep him holding the title until that record is broken. I have a solid prediction that AJ Styles is going to keep on being champion until he officially surpasses CM Punk's record of being the longest reigning WWE champion in modern times. And since CM Punk's relationship with
Rocky relationship,
not like Rocky, and the toilet and flushed down relationship with the WWE, I think they really want somebody phenomenal, no pun intended, actually no pun intended, to break his record so now they can hold that record that CM Punk has, and I think AJ is going to be that guy.
Charles already said his prediction, and it's going to stick with AJ until Royal Rumble, pretty much.
How the fuck dare you? I did not get a chance to say who I want to win yet.
Fine. Who do you want to win?
AJ Styles.
Of course.
There you go. Now I got my chance. You always make these bold predictions against AJ Styles, and yet I'm hearing the exact opposite, saying I'm staying bold to my prediction about him beating CM Punk's record. Yeah, I know I've been going on for months and months speeching about, oh, AJ, he's gonna beat Punk's record. I do not care what the odds are. I'm gonna keep saying AJ is gonna be the WWE champion until he officially beats Punk's record. I mean, look at it. It's so obvious. He's basically in the final stretch right now. There's no way they're gonna make him lose it now, only slightly before he can break it. And look what fucking happened. On one episode of SmackDown, not even a fucking pay-per-view, and his streak is squashed, and there's no other way that he's gonna beat Punk's record unless they want to give him another long reign until he does, but
which is not going to happen, unfortunately, I don't think.
So, as of now, Punk still has the record for being the longest running WWE champion in modern history. It came so close, but apparently he's going to keep it for quite a while. So, congratulations, Punk. WWE doesn't want to totally forget you, I guess.
Anyways, now it's Brock Lesnar, who's the Universal, versus Daniel Bryan, who's now the WWE champion. Now, last year at Survivor Series, correct me if I'm wrong, because I did not watch last year's Survivor Series, it was Brock Lesnar versus AJ Styles, won. And Brock squashed him.
Well, it wasn't.
If I was told correctly.
It actually was not really a complete squash. AJ actually took it to him. It was actually a surprisingly very good match, and I recommend you see that one.
Brock won, and the rumor was going to have Brock was going to beat AJ again. But with this in the match, with it being Brock and Daniel Bryan now, does that change it for me? No, it does not, to be honest.
It does not change it for me either. I was thinking Brock was going to win anyway against either of them, so really this makes no difference to me, except we got a surprisingly new champion. I mean, that really took me by surprise.
Because I know you were... Okay, guys, you know, I'm being honest. I knew that AJ lost it last night. I was just making fun of Charles saying AJ until Royal Rumble. But I remember asking Charles last night about this, and his reaction was like, oh, fuck you, pretty much. As he knew I was going to do that.
Yeah, I knew.
But
as soon as Daniel won, I knew you were going to message me on Discord about this. I just knew instantly.
Yeah. But, what was I saying? You were going to say, Charles also, this is exact Charles' words from our messages last night. What was surprising about this is that I thought the company was going to punish him for refusing to go to Saudi Arabia. And I responded but they did by making him tap out to AJ the 4 crown jewel. I feel like they let him win, but he's gonna get fucking demolished by Brock Lesnar as punishment too.
That could be as well, but I thought.
And then who comes out? Braun Strowman with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Kappa, I'm kidding.
You better hope.
Yeah, fuck that.
But man.
My money's on Brock though, because I feel like this is Daniel Bryan's reward and punishment. They're gonna fucking punish him. They're gonna make pretty much it's gonna be Brock versus Braun Part 2.
This is pretty much gonna be. I don't see this being as close as it would be with AJ versus Brock 2, as the first one was actually a very good, close match. It was probably Brock's best match he had ever since he kept doing this atrocious schedule, you know, but.
Right.
But that doesn't take away that this match is just going to be another Brock versus Braun. Actually, I think it might even be shorter than that one. Who knows? But
it will be. That was 2.5 minutes, so you really think it's going to be less than 2?
Who knows?
Anyways,
maybe.
Next up is the first 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match. We have Team Raw. We have the Show-Off, Dolph Ziggler. The Scottish Psychopath, Drew McIntyre. The Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman. The leader of the Balor Club, Finn Balor. And Lio Rush want to introduce the last participant with Stephanie McMahon's personally appointed Constable of Raw, Constable Baron Corbin, and Lio Rush.
Oh man, let's look at that Raw team for a minute. Oh my gosh, we have like...
That's stacked a little bit.
We have like, what, 3 big people? And like 1...
2.
And 2... Well, Drew's...
2 big, 3 small.
Well, Drew's not exactly small either. He's no Braun.
Drew's middle. We have Dolph and Finn who are the smallest. Drew in the middle, then you have Braun and Bobby who are the giants.
But in other words, this is a very packed and good, well-oiled team, you know, with...
It is, but from SmackDown, we have the A-lister asshole, whatever you want to call him, The Miz. The best in the world, Shane McMahon.
Damn, kill me. I cannot believe you reminded me of that.
The master of the 619, Rey Mysterio. Whatever Samoa Joe's nickname is. And Jeff Hardy. I forget what Jeff Hardy's name is.
The Charismatic Enigma.
There it is. The Charismatic Enigma, Jeff Hardy.
These two teams are completely polar opposite from each other, okay?
We have a stacked team, and then you have like an average team, to be honest.
With Raw, they have a good amount of big, huge people on their team, and while Drew is still in the middle, he's still a pretty big guy. And then
the only person Raw is missing to have a complete stacked team is Samoa Joe, pretty much.
And Samoa Joe is the smallest, in a way, the shortest out of all the big men in this match too. So.
But Samoa Joe has that advantage because he's muscle. He's like pure muscle, though.
Yeah, but like Miz, Shane,
Ray and Jeff, they're all Ray's short as hell, though. So
I mean, I love Rey Mysterio, I know, but he can't really do all of this by himself. I mean,
but you have the best in the world, Shane McMahon, on their side.
Yeah, right, but.
Anyways, Charles, how do you see the first Survivor Series match going to go?
This match, these two teams are pretty much night and day to me. They are completely polar opposite. It doesn't even look like it's a fair match, to be honest. So, I gonna have to give this to Team Raw for this one because I could see SmackDown will probably demolish a few of them. On top, Raw is probably going to win this one. For me.
Based on the female side, I'm having to go with Raw, to be honest. As much as I love Samoa Joe, they're gonna squash him. SmackDown is gonna be fucked. For
this match, at least, yeah.
For this match, you kidding me?
Just wait.
This is a no-brainer.
This just doesn't even seem like fair. This is just like.
Oh, this is insult to injury.
This is like, you know, let's think of someone who is like a level 90 in some online player game, and he beats like a level 5 player, and they play a versus play match, and he brags on how he totally demolished him. Like,
yeah, that's pretty much this match, to be honest. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, SmackDown, but this is what it is.
Like, I could see, let's say, Balor getting eliminated, Dolph getting eliminated, and maybe...
And that's it. No. What I see happening is going to be Finn, Dolph, and Braun are going to get eliminated from Raw. Braun's going to get rolled up, though.
Yeah.
Braun's elimination is going to be... Bobby or Braun are going to be eliminated as a shock, and that's going to be like a roll-up. From Ray, probably.
Like, maybe one of these big people will get eliminated for shock value, but in other ways...
Take The Miz versus Ray on SmackDown last night, on the 13th. How Miz covered Ray. Ray just, like, moved up a little bit and pinned Miz. That's going to happen against Braun, Ray, Bobby Ray. Who's ever in the ring with Ray at the time. I feel like that's how they're going to eliminate one of them.
Yeah.
But hands down, Raw is going to win this one. Guaranteed.
Without doubt. Yeah.
Now we have Team Raw for the women's. Mickie James, the Irresistible Force Nia Jax, Tamina for some fucking reason is getting a massive push now, Natalya, and Ruby Riott with self-proclaimed goddess of WWE, Alexa Bliss, the juvenile delinquent, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan as the manager people. Versus Team SmackDown, the Princess of Staten Island, Carmella, Feel the Glow leader, Naomi, Put Your Hair Up and Square Up for Sonya Deville, the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, and somebody who's not been announced at this time, but based on who's not in matches, there's only two real people it could be right now. I'm not sure if Charles agrees with me, but I think it's either going to be the real goddess of WWE, Mandy Rose, or the twisted sister of NXT, Nikki Cross.
I honestly think it's going to be Nikki Cross that's going to be filling up the missing
Whoever it is, it doesn't fucking matter. Because you look at this, you have people who are getting buried on Raw versus actual talent, to be honest.
Like, the only two that could be a dominating force for Team Raw is Nia Jax and Tamina. And
no, I have Nia and Natalya for that.
Oh yeah.
Tamina has ring rust. She's been inactive. Gets this massive push, she's gonna crash.
Yes.
Nia is the only one with realistic. Nia and Tamina are the realistic bookings. Fucking Riot Squad and Natalya in this dumb fucking feud for what, week 20 now? Week 20 about now?
Over fucking glasses.
Listen, WWE Creative. Fucking end Riot Squad versus Natalya feud. You wonder why people are losing interest in your fucking show. This is why. And also explain to people they weren't the real fucking glasses, because people don't understand that for some reason.
Anyone that believes those are Jim Neidhart's actual real glasses that Ruby Riott actually crushed.
Stop it. Get some help.
Please do.
But anyway.
But then we have Carmella, former women's champion, Naomi, former women's champion, Sonya Deville, future women's champion, Asuka, I guess you can say past women's champion with her NXT reign.
She's still
probably current in WWE, and will have one in WWE eventually, and versus whoever.
Yeah, like let me analyze these two teams here for a second here, okay?
You can have 5-on-4 and SmackDown will still fucking prevail.
Pretty much.
This is a no fucking brainer. It's Team SmackDown for this one.
Without a doubt. Because
if Alexa Bliss was in the match instead of Tamina, it could be a different story. But right now, even with 4 people announced for SmackDown. Yeah. No, my bad. I know who the fifth entrant is for SmackDown.
Like, do you know, or are you predicting?
I have a good guess.
Okay.
R-Truth.
Oh, ha.
R-Truth is finally gonna get that women's champion. It's gonna come down to R-Truth versus Natalya, and R-Truth is gonna get his women's champion shot finally.
I've been waiting for the day ever since he debuted to get that women's championship belt.
Same, I know.
He deserves it so much.
Fuck, ever since he made that joke about pinning Carmella to get the championship, I want this to happen.
Make R-Truth said that he is a transvestite and that he was a woman all this time.
Identify that. But yeah, it's obviously a joke, but as I said, it's probably going to be Nikki Cross or Mandy Rose at this point. But regardless, SmackDown has this for me. I'm not sure about Charles.
Team SmackDown's going to get this to me because they have at least
a stacked team.
They have a more stacked team, and okay, like let's say Raw, they have Nia Jax, who could be, a good factor in the match. And while Natalya...
And that's it, really.
And while Natalya and Ruby Riott are good by themselves, since they had this feud going, they're not.
That's gonna fuck it up.
That's not gonna work as a team. So it's kind of stupid for Alexa Bliss to include Ruby Riott in. Knowing.
But the way she did it was a true heel move.
Exactly.
We'll have these two best friends fight. Have the rest of the team fucking beat them up and get disqualified. But here's your real fifth entrant, Ruby Riott.
Alexa.
Perfect heel move. Perfect heel move.
That is true. That is true. Okay.
Anyways, next up is the champion versus champion tag team match. We have the Authors of Pain, Akam and Razor, with Drake Maverick, versus the Bar, Cesaro and Sheamus, with the Big Show.
Now, this match is actually what I said about earlier, that I already have on which brand I think is going to win the whole thing. But this is complicated to me because if this was not a whole Survivor Series thing where each brand tries to gain a point from winning their matches, I would have gone with AOP hands down. But since I have to try to think about the scoring system, because I know that whoever wins this is going to win by at least 1 point. So I have.
Fuck, you have the same thing as you're doing the same thing as I'm doing. Fuck.
Yeah, because that's how it's going to end up. There's going to be one team that's going to have one over and win the whole thing.
The other.
Yeah. So
it's gonna be tied going into the last match.
So what I'm saying is that if this wasn't all about the Survivor Series, brand supremacy thing, I would have gone with AOP. But because it is to try to even the scores up, I would have to go with the Bar for SmackDown.
I'm with the Bar too for this one, because you have 3 wrestlers. It's technically in a way 2 against 3 in a way, if you think about it, because you have Drake Maverick, who's the GM of 205 Live, which really can get influence really.
Like AOP and Drew Maverick is basically 2.5 men right there.
Yeah, but if the ref doesn't see something, Big Show can just KO punch Akam or Razor. 1, 2, 3, Bar win.
Exactly. Like they might win by cheating, or heck, they might actually make them win clean. Although I don't see it, but
my money's on the Bar for this one.
Yeah, even though I said one more time, like if this was not Survivor Series, it would have been the opposite. But because I have to,
it is Survivor. It's SmackDown for me for this one.
Yep. Since I have to think about having the scores tied up, and by having one team win the last match and win the whole thing. Like, at first I had to think about which brand I think is going to win the whole thing and try to even things up. So, even though if this was anything else, I would have said AOP, I had to go with my predictions being the Bar. And that's that.
Right. And now for the next match, which is the rumored pre-show, which is fucking bullshit, to be honest. I mean, as I see this match, feel free to disagree with me. This is Jobber versus Talent match.
Oh my gosh, yes. Hands down. Like...
Well... 60% of Raw is Jobber, 100%, and it's like 60-60, but SmackDown has more of the tag team.
They have more of a solid tag team.
Yeah,
team.
They're more of a good tag team division because we have actual talent in Bob Roode and Chad Gable, who Bobby needs another singles push, and the Revival, which are real talent for Raw, to be honest, right?
Like, they are really good tag team wrestlers. They're just being treated as jobbers when they shouldn't be.
And with the B team, jobbers, to a T a little bit, Lucha House Party, who fucking came out of nowhere.
And I thought they were actually going to be called up just because they actually want them on Raw. But then when they were announced to be part of this, that's when I realized, oh no, they only called them up because they can't think of any other Raw team to go, so they have to make an excuse to put these guys up. So
there is another fucking tag team they can use instead of Lucha House Party.
If this
Slater and Rhino.
Honestly, I think I don't even give a crap about them. So
they don't. And the Ascension, who need a fucking tag team push.
Who are also probably the biggest jobbers of the tag team division. So
the longest running tag team the longest running champion, NXT tag team champions. And nothing in WWE.
That shows exactly why NXT people should not be called up to the main roster as much, or at least die down on the numbers of the call-ups by a lot, because this is just sad what's happening to all this NXT talent right here. But
and you have on Team SmackDown, real talent in the Usos.
The New Day.
Sanity, who's not jobbing, but they've been underbooked and not needed. And this is another reason why I think it's going to be Nikki Cross in the SmackDown match, because Sanity's involved. So you never know. Versus the Good Brothers, who are finally back on TV, and the Colognes, who are back.
And I think this just shows exactly how much underused the Colognes are. That they are.
It shows that the tag team division is weak.
If
you need to fucking recall the Colognes from the last match I believe they had was the tag team tournament to determine the new SmackDown tag team or the #1 contenders. It's sad.
They finally got some screen time. It's like
no, they don't, because it's the pre-show match.
That too. So they're even in the pre-show match. But like what I'm saying, it's like they finally get some TV time after months and months. But that's only because SmackDown needs at least one more team. It's like being the last guy to be picked for kickball.
Exactly.
Like you're picked, but you have no other choice but to be picked because you're the last one. And I'm like, I feel bad for them because just to know how this is how little they're used. That the only reason they're getting screen time in the first place at all is because because SmackDown has to use them. Like they are actually kind of forced to use them to be on the 5th member of the SmackDown team.
But you know who could be a good substitute? Get a new tag team. There's 2 people that could be in this. It doesn't even have to be. It could be a temporary tag team.
Something.
You know?
Like, I don't know.
Make it R-Truth and Shelton Benjamin. That'd be a good tag team, to be honest.
But I guess, when they want to go with, official
real
tag teams.
And real tag teams, yeah.
Ugh.
But for this one, I gotta go with SmackDown, because that's where the talent is.
Well, while Raw does have... See, Raw's like a mixture of talent. It's like they have, like, one talented team that's actually being used...
hold on. How many on Raw, as of these tag teams, like Root and Gable as a tag team, Revival as a tag team, B-Team and so on as tag teams, how many of them have championship reigns in WWE? Just in the main rosters. 1.
Exactly. Yeah, only the B-Team
How much does SmackDown have? 2 or 3, I believe, right?
Let me see. Yeah, like Raw has only one team that were tag team
B-Team.
champions. Yeah.
Usos were tag team. New Day was tag team. Sanity was never tag team on WWE.
Oh.
I don't believe the Clones were, and I don't think the Good Brothers were, but I think they were.
Yeah, they were on Raw. When they were on Raw, they were. So
3 against 1 in champs alone.
This
is a no-brainer for SmackDown.
Remember when I said back then for the Raw's men's match was that it's basically like a 90-level player beating a 5-level player and bragging on about how they beat them.
Yeah, this is the reverse.
This is the reverse for SmackDown because so while Raw might dominate them for the men's, SmackDown's definitely going to dominate them for the tag team without a doubt. Solid.
Yeah. Anyways, next up is the match that should have been on the pre-show. Buddy Murphy versus I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'm going to let Charles actually do this intro.
Mustafa Ali.
Thank you.
Now, this sounds like a really, really good match because both of them are talented. I like them both. And they are just really good wrestlers to watch. And, okay, don't get me wrong. I do like on how the Cruiserweights are actually getting a title match on a pay-per-view. And I honestly thought this should have been the pre-show because I think this entire show should just be about Raw vs. SmackDown. Not put one on the pre-show. But, if this is on the pre-show by any chance, this will not count. But just in case it is.
No, for this pay-per-view, anything on the pre-show doesn't. If the Cruiserweight and the 5-on-5 Survivor tag team is switched, we will count. It's the same rules as apply. But if it isn't, and if it's just as it is, every match on the card counts as a point for this one.
Okay, gotcha. So for me, really, Buddy Murphy.
Buddy Murphy's gonna retain, in my opinion.
He's a good heel, and Mustafa's great too. But really, I don't really.
Then there's me who doesn't watch 205 Live. So, anyways, yeah. I don't have a shoe-in, but I'm just gonna say Buddy retains.
Buddy,
if this is the match that fucks me over, I'm okay with it. I don't care.
I'm just...
We'll count it because it's on the card. It's my fault. I don't watch 205 Live because it's boring as fuck in my opinion.
I'm just gonna give myself to Buddy Murphy as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This review, we both have Ronda. I have Seth. Charles says Shinsuke. We both say Brock. We both say Raw. We both say SmackDown. We both say The Bar. We both say SmackDown. And we both say Buddy Murphy. So the only match we disagree on is IC versus US Champion.
So in other words, this is the only match that's going to matter for
so
us.
One of us is pretty much guaranteed to get a perfect pay-per-view this pay-per-view.
Well, not guaranteed.
Well, unless they do something dirty.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Which, at this rate, I don't think it is.
Yeah.
So one of us is whoever wins this pay-per-view pretty much wins the... If it's perfect, whoever wins this pay-per-view wins the year tournament. So, let us know your predictions below. And we apologize for not getting these out sooner on the last 2 pay-per-views. It's just with as much editing as Charles has to do and his work schedule. It's hard for him to do, and I can't fucking edit for the life of me.
And with Evolution and Crown Jewel being pretty much almost back to back, a few days apart.
It was hard to do it.
Yeah, that was hard. Yeah. Especially since...
Leave your predictions below, and we'll see you in the next prediction video, which is TLC. Unless Charles has closing remarks.
Oh, TLC. I like some of that right now. We're thinking of the same TLC, right?
The Learning Channel?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of. I never watched that channel. I wonder what the hell...
It's garbage. It's garbage.
I see. Alright, thank you for the advice. Alright. So...
But Charles, yep, this has been the prediction video. Let us, as we said before, as I said like 5 times before, leave your predictions below. Let us know if we should do anything for next year's predictions, because we did this halfway through the year. We started this at Backlash? No.
Technically, I think we started this ever since WrestleMania, pretty much. So this
prediction videos are in WrestleMania, I believe, but I think we started doing actual prediction videos for not Backlash, the other one.
I think before Backlash was the Greatest Royal Rumble, yeah.
What was before that?
Before Greatest Royal Rumble was WrestleMania, I think. And before WrestleMania, it was Fastlane.
Fastlane, that's the one.
Yeah. If you're wondering why the hell we didn't do a Fastlane one, was because we kind of just...
It was last second.
Yeah.
Like, we literally did like a day before or anything. We had no time to edit or anything.
I didn't even think we even thought about doing a video on it. We just wanted to predict Fastlane.
But then when WrestleMania came around, I was like, you know what? We should make this into a series.
And that's how this was born. And it's still pretty much a toddler, because we have not hit a year old yet with this thing.
Yeah, but just let us know in the comments below of what you want. And I'm not gonna mention anything else because I doubt it's gonna happen. I don't know. What the fuck do you guys want? Do you want us to bring more people in so we have a more variety?
I know one other guy that might be into it.
So do I. We have my buddy. But just let us know if you guys want us to do more shit or not. Like, we don't know what to finish. Like, we're not sure if we want to end this year, end this thing after this year, just as a joke or not, or if we make this a yearly thing. Just let us know. I mean, we're coming up to the second last pay-per-view of the year. We don't know what we want still.
I would wait to pretty much the upcoming WrestleMania and see what goes from there.
Before WrestleMania, like, if we can make it, if there's another Fastlane, let's make it go back to Fastlane and we'll end it a year. So we have a full year of predictions.
Yeah, that should be it.
So Elimination Chamber should be the last one we do. Anyways, thank you.
And goodbye.